Have you ever heard the name Agnes Elizabeth King? Well, to her friends and to her husbands, she was known as Lizzie King, a woman with a name and a story they write songs about.
By a lonely western valley, on the hill lies Lizzie King, while the years with silent footsteps steal away.
Catchy little number, isn't it? That's The Grave of Lizzie King, it's called, and that little earworm has some history to it. That lonely western valley told about in that tune is likely Bonanza, Idaho, about 22 miles northeast of Stanley, where the legend of a tragic love triangle between Lizzie and her lovers played out to a deadly finale. According to Ancestry.com, Agnes Elizabeth King was born in 1844 in London, England, and died at the age of 36 in Bonanza in 1880. Her grave marker still stands in Boot Hill Cemetery, and it looks like it's made of wood. Dying young wasn't unheard of in those days, but how Lizzie left this world, well, that's the real story. And one told in the Yankee Fork Herald and reprinted in the August 20th, 1880 edition of the Idaho Semi-Weekly. The headline, "A Double Tragedy. Robert Hawthorne Takes the Life of Himself and Wife." The story goes, Robert Hawthorne and Mrs. Lizzie King were married at the Yankee Fork Dance Hall on August 5th, 1880 in Bonanza, Idaho. The honeymoon, though, didn't last long, like days, because according to the newspaper account, on the Wednesday following the wedding day, there was, quote, "a tragedy enacted there that sent a thrill of horror through our usually quiet camp." Right there. According to the article, shots were heard, and Hawthorne and King were both found dead in that Yankee Fort dance hall, the same place they were married. A murder-suicide with a pistol purchased just days before. As to a motive, still unclear, but legend has it Lizzie was originally married to Richard King, and they came to Bonanza in 1878, just 2 years prior, where Richard became business partners with a man named William J. Dillon. Okay, so there was an argument over some land, and Dillon allegedly shot and killed Richard King. Dillon was sentenced to 10 years in prison, but there was also another man tied to this, mentioned along the way, who may have done it because he was in love with Lizzie, but that wasn't verified. In swoops another man named Robert Hawthorne, who apparently made promises to pay off Lizzie's debts, or at least her dead husband's debts, which he apparently did, or at least I guess he relieved her from them in a gruesome way because he didn't have any money. He didn't actually have money to pay off those debts in the first place. Which one's the real story? Well, we'll likely never know, since those 3 lonely graves in the Boot Hill Cemetery tell no tales. And Lizzie King's 2 daughters were living with her parents in London at the time.